wow. Just take a look at this chart, right? Of course, you can see I put a trend line, and this pink line is obviously a support line. As we can see, when we just zoom in and get a closer look, it did a nice bounce off this support. Now, what we are seeing here, this could be like, what would you call this? Is this closing wedge? Like this little section here, it only has a few choices to really bounce heavy here or continuation further down. I'm paying close attention to this little section on the 4 hour, of course. I want to see how it treats, and will it respect this support or follow this trend line on the downtrend further down, bouncing off this section over here or this area, right? Now, of course, on the long term, I'm not too worried about the price points. I just find it exciting because you do learn a lot just looking at charts and ignoring the FUD. Like, and you understand whether a coin is going to be good just by looking at how it moves. Is this a coin that's artificial and there's inside trading, or is this a coin that's moving organically? And if a coin is moving organically, it will respect certain levels. That's just how it goes, and it's been respecting this level since January 25th for a whole entire month. It's been respecting the downtrend for a whole month, but we are at strong support here, which we can see is responding kind of well. I do want to see if we see consolidation for the next few weeks. Just know this was the last point in time you could have actually accumulated 6,000 Xcn for these prices. So without further ado, let's get into how much money you will make just with 6,000 Xcn, right? Now, of course, when we look at how much 6,000 Xcn will cost you, it's less than $100. So by no means am I saying that this will make you a ton of money back. But what I am saying, right, is it's a beginning, because when you look at how much you can accumulate just with 100 over a year at this average price, that's 72,000 Xcn, which in my humble opinion, that's like owning 30,000 XRP right now on the macro. So we're going to look at this and actually see how much you can make. So the first target I put is 3 billion. That will give you $600 profit with a 6x return at a price point of 9 cents. Now, of course, I've only set the bar this low so everyone can have an entry. We all can't own 20,000 or 100,000 Xcn, but I feel like everyone can make the bare minimum effort to own 6,000 Xcn, not financial advice. So the profit margin is not great with a 6x, it's just not. So you have to keep accumulating dollar cost averaging. I feel like these prices, especially at consolidation, it's worth the risk just accumulating and dollar cost averaging at these lows, because eventually, in my humble opinion, it will actually floor out and create a floor. And I feel like it's starting to do that now. I feel like we could be at our bottom here, because just because of this level I'm seeing here. If we're not at the bottom here, the next level we will test is around like 12 cents or 1.2 cents. So we're gonna see what happens. But of course, so you will have a 6x return. Let's go on to the next one. $5 billion market cap, which I do feel like is a realistic price point for the market cap to hit. That'll give you $1,000 profit, which is a 10x, and a 16 cents Xcn, that's a good return considering you put less than 100 in and got 1,000 back. You ain't gonna get at any other job or nowhere else in this real world. Only in crypto, just where you can hold an asset and get that much back for holding it. Maybe some odd starts, but even that's rare. So the next target we have is a $10 billion market cap, which is a 20x, and will give Xcn the price point of 32 cents, which is impressive. And you will have a profit of 2,000, which is a great return. Just think about that. Only 10 billion and $2,000 profit with 100. Imagine if you put 500. 1,000, and you just take your time. You don't have to buy out one chunk. You could just accumulate over the years. I feel like crypto will have a quiet year this year. I feel like we will have a year of consolidation, possibly at the end of the year, more takeoffs. But I feel like we have the chance to dollar cost average into a lot of great prices right now. So let's go on to the next target, right? The next target is 15 billion market cap. And that will give you a 30x and a price point of Xcn at around 50 cents, okay? 49 cents, which gives you a 30x with a $2,830 return. The reason why I say so happy and drastic and like exaggerated is because it's a lot of money for the amount you're putting in. Like, there's nowhere where you can get a $2,000 return of $100 investment. Nowhere else but crypto and a great coin like Xcn and others, right? Not financial advice. By the end of the day, I feel like that's a good return. Now, if you put 200, 4,000, I mean, that's over 4,000, that's 5,000. 300, now you're looking at 7. So it gets juicy the more you put in, but I'm not trying to tempt you. Do your own research. All I'm saying is when you compound interest investments with assets, especially real world assets that have a utility, it can pay off in the long term, but the long term is like 5 years, not 20 or 30 like the stock market. So with that being said, let's get to the next target, which is very juicy. $30 billion market cap, which gives you a 60x return and an 89 cent Xcn price point, which gives you $6,000 back off $100 investment. Ooh, holy, it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in this room, man. 60x, and if you put in an extra 200, that's 12,000 of a $200 investment. Just a chance of that return. I'm gonna keep accumulating and keep staking it for the 34% return annually. That's a cheat code right there. That's what I'm just gonna keep buying and staking Xcn with the 34% staking reward. So that's the plan. Now the last but not least is still realistic, which is a $50 billion market cap, which is a $1.64 Xcn with 100x return, which gives you a $10,000 profit, which is $10,000 profit, and that's not even $100 billion market cap. That 50 billion is still small on the macro, because crypto is going to be worth like 50 trillion. So just knowing crypto is going to be worth 50 trillion market cap, these prices are still realistic. You shouldn't think 50 billion is too much. We've seen Dogecoin hit 90 billion, guys, and the crypto market is still not mature or fully ripened yet. It's not in its full phase yet. It's still young. It's a young market. So understanding that, these price points are all realistic. And imagine if you accumulate for the next 2-3 years, just regardless of recession scares, regardless of the economy, you just keep buying digital assets for the next 2-3 years, you will be way ahead. Like, because I feel like the 4-year cycle, we will have bad dips, but I feel like we are at the bottom pretty much with a lot of these tokens. I feel like we are moving on to the next phase of crypto, where it becomes an asset market, a market asset which is taken very seriously. It's not no more speculative. The assets in crypto will be taken seriously on the blockchain, and the 4-year cycles will slowly fade away, and assets will be less and less volatile. So I'd rather just accumulate while it's volatile. So when it's not volatile, I know that's because there's a lot of liquidity, which gives it a higher price point. And now I'm living off the dividends. I'm living off the return staking rewards of a lot of these assets and these tokens. So I don't even have to sell for a profit. I get to sell my rewards that I'm getting off staking. So that's why I'm planning to hold a lot of these tokens long term. I'm not getting scared of no dips no more. If you're in a good asset, this is something you could treat like a savings account. That's not financial advice. You should take profit. But I'm looking at crypto different. I feel like a lot of these times where there's market manipulation, it's because they hate the fact that a lot of citizens and normal people are actually getting the chance to own assets. So the altcoins are going to get slammed the worst because they're the most and easiest to manipulate, which scares us from believing a lot of these are going to be used in the real world, because people say altcoins are they just lie, they have no use. But when it happens, it's like people be priced out, because when institutions get interest, well, prices pump before you can even blink. So a lot of these early investments that have a real use case, I would rather just invest in them, take that risk, instead of just holding my money in the bank where it's giving me no APR. In the bank, I'm getting a 0.001 APR a year. Like, what's that? That's not going to do anything. I'd rather stake it in Xcn. So with that being said, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. It was Young Wealth, and I'm signing out.